College Station.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, well, welcome everyone. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, we're chatting about legacy and your family and preserving that, and it's going to be a really great conversation. I'm excited to have to. Oh, I know I got it right earlier, and then I got in my head. It's Hale.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, Hale, welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you here and excited to talk about preserving legacy.
Hi, John. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, could you give us a little background on Picturely and what all y'all do, and maybe even like how, because you're the founder and CEO of how did you come up with Picturely? Where did this come from?
Yeah, absolutely. So Picturely is a photo organization and archiving studio. We also do a lot of design as well, but our main services, we have three main services, is turning anything analog into digital. So this is the old slides and negatives and photographs and things and albums and tapes and film reels, like you name it, whatever your family considered a memory. We turn that into digital, and our specialty is to make sure we organize everything chronologically so that when we provide a library back to the client, it's searchable and sortable. So that's a little magic touch that we give that is outside of just scanning someone's photos.
Yeah.
And I know, yeah, it is a slice of magic when we deliver a library.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's really great. Like that chronological touch is a lot because I can imagine like just sending like a shoebox of old photos and slides and all of that, and then just getting them back from all over the years. It's like, okay, well, there was my dad when he was 3, and now he's a
and now he's
teenager, and it's
97.
just yeah, it's
And
like
it's all
jumping
the same thing.
around.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, I've gone through so many iterations of mistakes in my own on my own stuff, scanning things and then putting it in my iCloud and going like, wait, that's last month's date, but this is my parents' wedding and they got married in 1959. Now what do I do? So it's really important for me to be able to give something to our clients where it's like they don't have to think about it, right?
Yeah.
So that's, and the way I started this business is because I absolutely love designing photo books. I sort of grew up in advertising. I was in operations, I was in project management, and I was in production, and I worked with the best of the best creative directors in the world. And I was able to learn like theory, color, and just design. It's, because I was in it with them. And so I didn't have kids on my own, but all my friends had kids, and I was sort of the unofficial photographer. And I would go over and take pictures of their cute little kids, and then make photo books and collages and things like that. And so it was just such a joy for me to be able to do that for everyone. And I thought maybe there's someone out there who really wants me to make a photo book for them. And, of course, my first client did want a photo book. However, she had about 150,000 photos on her dining room table. And when I went over there, she was like, and what about all of this? And I was like, oh, so yeah, I need to learn how to do this now too. So that was a thing. And that project took 5 years.
Oh wow, I can imagine with that many photos.
Well, it doesn't take us 5 years anymore, but our client
Right.
was I was green, and B, she was sick, and unfortunately she passed in the middle of the project. Then it was COVID. Then
Yeah.
her daughter finally finished the project, but so yeah, that was that. This is one of the reasons. There's so many sort of spiritual, avenues as to why I ended up doing this business. And of course, we help so many families and businesses with their digital mess, because people have Dropbox and Google, and they've squirreled their digital files everywhere, every which way to sign, like, external hard drives, old computers. What do I do with all this? So we consolidate, we take out the duplicates, and we do all that too.
Yeah. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, because I can just like, even myself, like I'm fairly organized, but I'll have like hard drives from old laptops that crashed and then just like take it out, put in a little casing and everything. And like eventually I will consolidate this onto like my archives to where it's all chronological. And still, I have them. They're sitting in a box over here. I'm like, I don't know. That one's probably like from the laptop in 2017. And yeah. So yeah, no, like there's even people who like can like have all the capabilities, or at least they think they have the capabilities of doing this themselves, like chronologically putting everything together, having it all together. A lot of times we don't do it. And a lot of times like we're just like, oh yeah, I can do this, but eventually it'll be
Yeah.
eventually.
Yes.
And yeah,
it's eventually. It's always eventually, until God forbid, disaster strikes, like in Los Angeles, and it eventually became, oops, it's gone.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as a photographer, digital assets are way more vulnerable actually than physical assets, because if you drop that external hard drive, those assets are gone, right? If your stuff is not backed up to the cloud and you drop your phone, your assets are gone. And digital assets can go in a nanosecond. It's like all of a sudden they're there and you have access, and then poof, it's dead.
Yeah. I mean, a couple years ago, I got a new phone, and I kept the old one because I was like, I still have a bunch of photos on here. I had maxed out my cloud storage, and I was just like, I'm just gonna transfer them to my hard drive. And I was like, I don't even know why I was doing it, but I was just like trying to get rid of stuff on the old phone. And then it was like, do you want to log out? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I logged out. And then the next time that I opened it up, it was like a brand new phone. It was like the whole welcome screen, like, welcome to Apple, and all of that. All of those photos completely gone. It was just like 2 or 3 years of photos that like some I had emailed to myself, or like I posted on Instagram or something, so I can get like a low res version. But yeah, it's that nanosecond of just like I pressed OK, and then I was like, oh wait, and it was too late. It was already gone.
Yeah. Or I get a lot of like, well, I just didn't want it on my Dropbox anymore, so I deleted it because I could see it on my phone. People don't understand the idea of sync a lot of times. Yeah. And so they delete it in the cloud thinking, well, it's on my phone. And it's like, no, it's synced to your phone. It's a two-way highway. Yeah. Don't delete it.
Yeah, you can't be in two places at once, but it is showing up in two places at once. Oh man, yeah, no, you're totally right. Like and we are very much in a digital age now, where I mean, we're like every day we're taking more photos than we did for hundreds of years, and all combined, because everyone's got just like it's right here in your hand, and oh hey, my kid's doing something cute, cool, snap. And then it can be gone with an error mistake like me, or with fires or floods and all of that. And having things backed up in a different place is so important, especially with like our tangible prints and stuff like that too, because that is the only one unless you digitize it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man. So like through your journey with Picturely, or even before, has there been something that like a piece of advice or a lesson or something that just like changed your mindset on something? I'm all about mindset shifts and
yes.
and all that. Has there been something that you were just like, this changes how I look at things now?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, doing what we do, we curate heavily. I just think people take way too many assets. They don't think about the carbon footprint. The pictures and videos that you take, they hold space.
Hmm.
And, you're paying for that, yes. And also, so is the environment. It takes a lot of electricity. It takes a lot of data farms in order to be able to hold all the assets that we're mindlessly taking. So I take photos and videos very, very sort of with intention. I go through my role often. I have an iPhone, and so does my husband, and we're on a shared library because I want to be able to just clean up both of our photos
Yeah.
as we go. So for that reason, so yeah, I mean, for me personally, that has really affected me. It's like, oh my God, you don't need so many. I mean, I have a client who has 3 amazing, beautiful kids, really beautiful life, travels all the time, but she takes about 3,000 photos a month, probably more sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of clattering in the background that I can hear. I just want to let you know.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll clean that up in post.
Okay, great. So I just anyway, it's like I try and instill that in my clients, like, hey, if I don't know if the environment matters to you, but you're paying for something to be stored. You really don't need 57 pictures of your third kid's first day of school. You only need 3, maybe 1. You
Right.
know, and also it just becomes not so precious uh, as well. I think it's the fear, it's the anxiety of hitting that click button so often. But it's like, just take a deep breath before you take a photo and make sure you clean your camera. This is a lens, and it's in our pockets, it's on our hands, it's on our faces. Clean it before you take photos. That was my second lesson. Is I tell everyone, make sure you clean that lens with whatever you're wearing. Just make sure you wipe it. So because we do get a lot of blurry shots that, it's as a result of a dirty lens.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All the lint from being in your pocket, or just like finger smudges, and yeah, there's so many times because I'm a primarily a wedding photographer, and a lot of times I'll be there and they're like, "Hey, can you take a photo with my phone?" And I open up the camera. I'm just like, "Oh, this is terrible." I'm just gonna clean off your lens here.
Oh, always. Yeah, me too. Always, like I'm, walking around and I see a family trying to struggle to take a selfie. I'm like, "Do you want a picture?" And I look at the camera. I'm like, "Eek, gotta clean that lens." And I always tell them, "Yeah, I'm a professional. You have to clean your lens."
Uh huh. Uh huh. But no, I like that. It's a really good point that you have about like the overtaking of photos and just like taking too many. I think that it is a like a scarcity mindset of I don't want to miss this moment. I don't want to miss this. Like if I take this one, what if I'm missing the next one or whatever that
Yeah.
is.
And
And
studies show that you're actually not present. You're more with the camera than you are
mhm,
at the moment of the child enjoying the first day of school or being afraid to go to school. Like, what does this mean for me? Like you're excited to take that photo, which is amazing that, it's being captured because I don't have photos of me going to school first day in any grade, but it's amazing that we can do that. But I think it's taken over our being able to be present in that moment for what we're taking pictures of.
yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely takes you out of the moment. And like even like sometimes whenever I'm like doing like video or something for an event, I'm like focused on my framing and what I'm doing and making sure that I'm
Exactly.
getting everything in focus. And then I'm like, I don't even know what they were saying. I
Exactly.
didn't even listen to this. Uh,
Yes. Or
but
when you go to a concert, when you go to we go to a lot of concerts, we're
yeah,
big music heads, and then I'm like, oh my God, I gotta capture this song because it's my favorite song. And then I go home and I'm like looking at the video going, God, I don't remember that guy coming because I'm like looking at the camera instead of looking on stage, you know.
hmm, oh
So
yeah, yeah. It really takes you out of it, and it's also like those concert videos. We think that they're going to be so great to watch back, and then they're just like noise. It's like okay, this is
yes.
real quick, Holly. whenever you're talking, it's buzzing just a little bit.
Oh,
I don't know if it's the microphone.
is this better?
It's like a little bit of I don't know, just like kind of crackle. It doesn't sound like it's like it's rubbing against anything.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna
Okay.
turn it off.
Okay. I'm also gonna close my doors real quick for the clatter in the background while you're doing that. We'll be right back. Okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, great. It said recording stopped.
I think that was because the
If we're good, then I didn't
microphone
realize, like,
changed.
you'll clean this whole thing up, right? You'll cut it.
Oh yes, yeah. I'll cut this and clean up everything.
Okay, great.
Let me make sure this is. I mean, it's still showing here that we're recording. It's showing that you're recording.
Yeah.
So let me just double check and see. Okay. It looks like it's good. I can try here. Let me try just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna stop this one, and then it can like finish up. I mean, we're both pretty much already uploaded, and then I'll just start a new recording. That way, just in case changing the audio or anything did anything, we'll have full recording.
Sure.
So that
I could. It's interesting that your mic